Hey everybody, happy December. I hope your Thanksgiving holiday break was great and we're looking forward to the rest of the holiday season. I hope you're getting a chance to spend some time with family and friends and all the good things that happen this time of year for sure. I'm going to dive right into our topics for this month. The first one is a reminder. We've been talking about this since the beginning of the school year, and it's something called multi-factor authentication. You probably saw an email from our director, Doug, came out a day or two ago. And just as an additional reminder that this is a feature that is going to be enabled and forced on all staff accounts within the next couple of weeks. You have been able to opt in on your own the last month or so. And I just want to remind everybody how that works and what it is for. I think a lot of us are familiar with MFA or multi-factor authentication. It's just that idea that when you sign into an account, you have to prove you're a human, right? And there's a bunch of different ways that we have set up to do that. And so when you go into your ClassLink, you can click on your profile in the top, you go to your settings, and go right to the security tab. And you have 4 different ways that you can set this up. A couple of them don't require any additional devices. It's just simply something you can do on your district issued computer. And it does boil down to personal preference a little bit. So you have an image as a choice where you can pick from a whole set of images. And you have a PIN, a 6-digit PIN that you can create that you can remember as part of your login process. So both of those don't require any other devices. Your district issue device is all you need to go from there. If you prefer, though, you can set it up as a SMS text message. So you'll get a text to your a cell phone that you can get that one-time code on there. Or if you're already used to using an authenticator app like a Duo or 1Password or Google Authenticator, you can set it up that way as well, depending on your preference there. So pick one of any 4 of these options. Like I said, you can do this now. It will be forced on us come December 18th. So as we usually recommend, get ahead of the game and get this stuff taken care of prior to being forced to, because then you'll have to do it just in the middle of whatever you're doing that day. And just as a reminder too, like all of these security protocols that we go through, they're ultimately for your safety and the safety of our students. And yes, it's annoying, selfishly speaking. Like, we log into a lot of systems and technology, and we have to use this multi-factor on many different things. The amount of times we have to log in or change our passwords, or it's a lot. And I'm with you with that. But ultimately, it comes down to the need and the desire, honestly, to protect your data, protect your students' data. That stuff is the most important, right? The personal privacy of your own information and your students' information, not to mention all the state required stuff that we have as well. And so that's why these things come about. And it's not for fun, I wouldn't call this fun for us necessarily, but it's necessary. And I hope you can understand that, and we thank you for your cooperation with all this stuff. And on that same token, one of the things that I wanted to kind of remind everybody of is that I have participated the last couple of years on a bunch of spam and phishing training coaching sessions. Some of them have come from us, and some of them have come from the state. Those are ongoing, and so you will get emails sometimes that are intended to look like a spam or phishing campaign, as a means of coaching your eyes to know what's coming, and know some of the threats that are out there. And as with any training or any coaching thing, sometimes we don't perform well. And so I know it's none of you that I'm talking to. It's some proverbial person out there that just clicks a link that they shouldn't have. And sometimes that happens, right? But when it's one of these coaching campaigns that comes out, either from us or for the state, if you do happen to fail that test and click the link that you're not supposed to click, you will get a message from either the state or from us that says, hey, because you clicked on this simulation or this coaching, you have a training here that it's recommended that you take part of as another means of enhancing your knowledge related to these spam and phishing things. So if you get one of these notifications about additional training related to spam and phishing, or additional resources because of a link that you clicked, it's legitimate. And so just keep your knowledge and your training in mind. If an email comes through that is from an external source, always tread with caution. If the email comes through and it's asking you some weird items, even if it has a name of somebody that's familiar or somebody potentially important, if it says external, it's external. It didn't come from within our network. And so tread carefully on any links that are there. Or if the ask is weird, where they're like, hey, I need you to text me some gift card codes, that's a little strange, right? Or out of the blue, we all need to, we want a gift card, to iTunes or something like that. That just doesn't happen out of the blue. These are the types of campaigns and things that you'll get. So just know that these training sessions are ongoing. So just use your due diligence as we go through these. Again, transition now some new Google features. There's something that's been requested for a long time in Google Classroom, and it's the ability to take a YouTube video and add interactive questions to it so that when a student is watching it, you can create pauses within it. You can do some check for understanding and create this interactive environment. So it's not just something that students can just breeze through or skip through the end. And that's available now, or at least it started to come out very recently here. So if you don't see it immediately, it should be there within the next week or two. And it's really simple to use. You basically go into a classroom, you go to your classwork, and you create an assignment just like you would normally. And then after you give it your title and instructions, you can choose the YouTube section here. And this lets you search YouTube, as you might expect, to bring in a video. But after you bring in a video, it gives you the opportunity to then take this video and then add questions at different time points to it. And so you can do it in a couple different ways, where you can just simply hit the add button, pick your type of question that you want, multiple choice, checkbox is open-ended, and then you pick the time that it's coming to, and of course you can skip through and watch that particular part and find the right one in there, and then you're good to go. But then you can just pick your correct time. In the case of multiple choice, obviously you'd fill out this form here and select what the correct answer is, and then save and continue from there. But you can add as many as you want across this video. You can hit the attach button, and then that becomes part of your digital assignment in Google Classroom. And then, as you might expect, you have the ability then to review those answers just while you're reviewing your normal class workflow from there. So it's a great way to, again, check for understanding or take the advantages of YouTube, force kids to watch the resource that you're providing, and add just a simple check for understanding along the way as you need. Great feature. Two other Google features that are coming. This first one that we'll talk about here is with Google Slides. Like we use Screencastify as a tool, or that's an available tool that we can record our entire screen. That's what I record these newsletter videos from. It's a great way to provide tutorials or training or some flipped classroom type of ideas. But Google's actually adding the ability within Slides to record your slideshow. And what's great about that is that it really enhances the idea of just taking a presentation that you're making and being able to talk through it and over it. And there's a lot of use cases for this. I know curriculum leads and department heads, or if you're ever doing a training for staff, we use slides all the time as a means of giving ourselves an outline. And just the idea of being able to take a slideshow and record it really quickly with or without our face on it, and just talk through it, it's a great tool. I think there's a lot of use cases for students where you have them create a presentation, record their explanation of what they built in the slides. That can be a great way to create some engaging lessons that way as well. So look for in the coming weeks the ability to turn on a recording while you're in Google Slides. And then the last thing in terms of a Google update that's coming, they're going to enhance our view in Google Drive, where they're going to add this home view coming soon, and where we've had a couple of these changes before, where you have an activity or workspaces. This home kind of takes the best of all of those things and creates a suggestion landing spot as we work in Drive. And so it's going to suggest files and folders and give us filters for quickly finding things that either we're working on or that were recently updated. And so it can really create this home view that minimizes the need to dig into my drive or shared with me, and just get you to the things that you're working on right away a little quicker. As you might expect, there's a preference for it, so that if you don't like this home view and you want it to just stay in my drive, you can certainly do that. But don't be surprised when the home view comes out and is available to us in Google. All right, those are my updates for this month. Stay safe this holiday. Reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns. We'd be more than happy to continue supporting you via support ticket or a training appointment. And just, again, stay safe and enjoy the holidays.